Alright then, we are all gearing up for another big tournament, and that's the T20 World Cup. And I am here with the squad analysis of South Africa for the T20 World Cup in the outside view, which is powered by Elista.
स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया, जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट एलईडी टीवी विद वर्ल्ड क्लास क्लैरिटी एंड अमेजिंग फीचर्स.
Well, South Africa had a heartbreaking exit from the T20 World Cup 2020. But this time around, they would want to get one step ahead. Now, this is a home World Cup. They would like to make most of the home conditions, and that gives them a little bit of edge over others, isn't it? But let me tell you, this will be a T20 World Cup for South Africa without Lizelle and Mignon du Preez, who have retired from international cricket. And also, Dane van Niekerk has been left out from the T20 World Cup squad. And that's the big picture when it comes to the South Africa squad for this big event. Now, Dane van Niekerk had sustained an injury just ahead of the start of the ODI World Cup last year. She came back, played some domestic matches out there, but this time around for the T20 World Cup, she did not clear the fitness test, narrowly missed upon selection due to that, and thus we will not see her playing for South Africa in this T20 World Cup. Will South Africa miss the experience of these three key players? Well, we'll have to watch out for that. But ever since Dane van Niekerk is not a part of this setup, we have seen Sune Lee's captain the side, and she will be captaining the side into another World Cup this year, a home World Cup. The captain would be in a very good mood because South Africa won the tri-series against India and West Indies, and she would want to carry that good momentum further for South Africa if they have to win this important World Cup. Another thing that South Africa would be thinking about is who opens the batting there with Laura Wolvaardt. Now, Tasneem Brits has shown some good cameos in the past. You also have an option of Annika Bosch, but it will be interesting to see who comes in there with Laura Wolvaardt to pile up good runs at the top order. If you have to talk about the pace attack, South Africa's pace attack looks lethal at this moment. You have the experience of Shabnim Ismail, you have Ayabonga Khaka to pair up with her there. Marizanne Kaap, well, she's been a great player for South Africa for a very long time. Masabata Class is also there in the setup. Speaking of spin there, you have the captain herself, Sune Lee, to support her there. We have Chloe Tryon, Nadine de Klerk, and also Nonkululeko Malaba. So in this case, who are the key players for South Africa heading into this T20 World Cup? Let's have a look. First up, I will have to start it with Marizanne Kaap. You speak of South Africa, you speak of important matches, you have to mention Marizanne Kaap there. She comes to open the bowling there, and when Shabnim Ismail and Marizanne Kaap are at their best opening the bowling, you know that that's a nightmare for the batters. And in the home conditions, you know that Marizanne Kaap and Shabnim Ismail can be dangerous at any given point. Giving the team those important and early breakthroughs is important. Even at times when that's not possible, you will see Marizanne Kaap stick to her line and lengths that creates pressure on the batters, and the other bowlers get benefited by that. In the middle order, she has the ability to hold the fort of the side. We have seen that on so many occasions that she's come there, provided the resilience to the side, and has taken the team to the finish line. Once again, if South Africa have to perform good in this T20 World Cup, you will pin your trust on Marizanne Kaap because we all believe in the Kaapi supremacy. Next up, it's time to talk about Laura Wolvaardt. We can't ever get enough of those classic cover drives that she brings to the fore, isn't it? When it comes to T20I cricket, we all know that giving the team a very good start, a good foundation is important. In that case, no matter who accompanies Laura Wolvaardt at the top order there, her contributions will be very important because consistency is something that we know Laura Wolvaardt for, and that is what South Africa will expect from her in this big event. We spoke about Laura Wolvaardt, we spoke about Marizanne Kaap. How can we miss Shabnim Ismail? When I was speaking about Marizanne Kaap, we did mention that when Marizanne Kaap and Shabnim Ismail are at their best with the bowling, it's a difficult task for the batters. And when it comes to Shabnim Ismail, she has the experience of playing over 100 T20Is for South Africa. Now that's a very big thing because when it comes to tournaments like that of World Cup, you want your experienced players to step up because they have the experience of playing under pressure. And in that case, you will look out for them. In that case, it would be Shabnim Ismail, the spearhead, who will lead South Africa's pace attack in this tournament. We're also going to talk about an X-factor player for South Africa, and probably that player for South Africa is Nonkululeko Malaba. Now, she had a good time in the tri-series versus India and West Indies as well. The left-arm spinner has the ability to perform well for the side in pressure situations and get the team those important breakthroughs. So it will be interesting to see how she conducts herself for South Africa in this World Cup. Now let's talk where are South Africa placed when it comes to the groups. South Africa are a part of Group 1, which has Australia, New Zealand, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Talking about South Africa's fixtures there, the hosts will play the first game of this tournament where they lock horns with Sri Lanka. Then they'll play with New Zealand, Australia and later Bangladesh. So what can be the position where South Africa will finish in this tournament when they have the abilities and the team to reach the semi-final, but for that they will have to defeat either Australia or New Zealand, and that's a big task. So it will be interesting to see how the hosts go about their business in this big tournament. On that note, let's have a look on what could be South Africa's playing 11 for the very first game. Well, it's a no-brainer at the top. You will definitely see Laura Wolfart, and a lot of expectations would be on her to perform well for the side. In the middle order, you know there will be a lot of responsibilities on the shoulders of Marizanne Kapp, captain Sunelise and Chloe Tryon as well. We know that Chloe Tryon looked in good form in the tri-series. She's known for, anchoring the innings, but at times also bringing her attacking game to the fore. And that is what South Africa would expect from her. The pace attack, it looks lethal. You have Ayabonga Khaka, Shabnam Ismail, Masabata Class, and to not forget the left-arm spinner there, Non-Kululeko Malama. So this was the squad analysis of South Africa. It's a big opportunity for them because a home World Cup is probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and South Africa have their chance to dominate the proceedings. What are your predictions on where South Africa will finish in this T20 World Cup? Do let us know in the comment section below. And for all the updates on women's cricket, you know what you have to do. You have to stay tuned to Women's Cricket Zone and to Outside View, powered by Elista.
स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया, जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट एलईडी टीवी with world class clarity and amazing features.